Quincy organizations, nonprofit Bella Ease and Blessing Health are teaming up to help job seekers get employed. WGEM's Shakayla McCamick reports on how this partnership aims to hire and promote those in need.
When you're in need of a job but have limited resources, knowing where to begin your search can be tough. With a growing need for local employment opportunities, Bella Ease and Blessing Health are using their Healthcare Bridge program to help the unemployed secure entry-level jobs in the health systems, says Brittany Wees, Workforce Development and Marketing Coordinator.
We then work in tandem with them, both the client and case manager, to offer direct access to the Blessing HR talent acquisition team.
Wees says there are a number of entry-level jobs where applicants can begin.
We essentially let them know what openings we have in entry-level positions, such as housekeeping, in our CNA training program, in patient transport.
Employees can receive educational assistance to further their career in the medical field, as Blessing has up to $10,000 available for eligible employees looking to further their education. The new program doesn't just help clients in securing a job. It also offers resources for those who may need a little bit more help after the first day.
With the support services and barrier reduction funds, we can help them with anything from childcare to buying uniforms or boots for jobs. We can also help them buy any kind of tools that they might need, but it can also go beyond that. We can help them with finding apartments.
Shakayla McCamick, WGEM News, Quincy.
And Blessing and Bella Ease officials say you should reach out to Bella Ease at 707 Broadway in Quincy to see if you're eligible for the Healthcare Bridge program. You can find more information about the program and Bella Ease on WGEM.com.